Welcome to part 4 of Let's Play Chasms of Malice by Luke Sharp. At the end of the last part, I was about to read paragraph 51. Here we go. The door snaps shut after you enter. You realise that the doors allow easy access, but will not let you return the way you came. You find yourself in a kind of trophy room. There are swords, spears, suits of armour, and stuffed heads of strange horned beasts. In the corner, you see a set of crossbows, and then suddenly hear the twang of the arrows being shot. Test your luck. If you are unlucky, then you are hit by an arrow whose fatal poison acts very quickly. If you are lucky, all the arrows miss, and you find 3 exits. Which do you choose? North, turn to 40, west, turn to 224, or east, turn to 292. Okay, so we need to test our luck. Our luck is currently 11. Nearly said currently for some reason. Anyway, so we need to test our luck. So we need this dice roll to be 11 or lower. And it is good, but we lose a luck point. So that puts us down to 10 luck points. There we are. Anyway, which way are we going? We are going to go west and turn to 224. Okay, here we are. I think that's the picture for it, maybe. I don't know. You are in a large kitchen. 2 orcs are shoving disgusting pieces of meat into a large black cauldron. A 3rd orc holds a dagger and is tasting the stew. They do not notice you at first, but when they do, they rush towards you with long carving knives in their hands. One of the orcs slips on some meat and knocks himself out on the stone floor. Fight the other 2 in turn. Chef Orc, skill 6, stamina 6. Apprentice Chef Orc, skill 5, stamina 4. If you win, do you go over to the orc who slipped on the floor, turn to 19, or leave the kitchen by an exit to the north, turn to 337. Okay, right, we have to fight these orcs, the other 2 in turn, so 6, 6, 5, 4. So Chef Orc and Apprentice Chef Orc. Okay, so Chef Orc, he was 6, 6. And the Apprentice Chef Orc, who is 5, 4. There we go. Okay, so right, my skill is 11. So let's fight the first one first. So we have 6 plus 8 is 14. I get 15. So 14 to 15. Uncomfortably close that was. That puts him down to 4. Okay, 6 plus 6 is 12. I get 22. So 12 to 22. Puts him down to 2. Okay, 6 plus 6 is 12. I get 5. Yeah, 5, which gives me 16. So 12 to 16. Okay, that's the end of the first Chef Orc. Okay, now for the Apprentice. Okay, skill 5. Okay, 5 plus 7 is 12. I get 20, so 12 to 20. Um, 5 plus 4 is 9. I get 15, so 9 to 15. And that is the end of the Apprentice Chef Orc. Okay, so that's that. Let's remove any buzzing, should there be any. I get paranoid about that. Anyway, where are we going? Are we going to go over to the orc, or are we going to leave the kitchen? We are going to leave the kitchen via an exit to the north and turn to 337. You walk into a room with a large table in the middle. Around, under, and below the table are trolls, orcs, dark elves, and goblins. They seem to be asleep or drunk. You creep into the room and discover 3 other exits. Which do you choose? North, turn to 122, west, turn to 83, or east, turn to 40. Okay, we are going to go north again. So let's turn to 122. You are in the army commander's sleeping quarters. There are bundles and blankets everywhere. You creep carefully towards the only door leading east. You must be silent. Throw a die to show the level of silence required to awaken the lightest sleeper. Throw a second die to show the level of noise you make. If it is equal to or greater than the first throw, then one of the bundles stirs, turn to 36. If not, then you go through the door east, turn to 370. Okay, so yeah, so if we make, yes, let's just throw a die first. Okay, so we get a 2, that's helpful. Okay, so if the second die is equal to or greater than the first, then one of the bundles will stir. Okay, so we need this to be 1 or 2. And it's 2, good. Oh no, that's bad, isn't it? I only wanted it to be 1, didn't I? Because it's equal to or greater. Okay, so we failed that. Whoops. So that means one of the bundles has stirred. And we are turning to 36. Here we go. Oh, brilliant. Okay, a huge troll sees you through a sleepy haze. He picks his nose, removes some gristle from between his fangs, and then begins a wail of alarm. You are suddenly surrounded by 3 evil, sniggering, and very large trolls. Fight each in turn. First troll 8-10, second troll 8-10, third troll 7-8. If you survive, you are amazed that no one else has awakened as you go through the door heading east. Turn to 370. Okay, brilliant. So, yeah, let's fight those trolls. So, okay, first troll 8-10. So 8-10. Okay, 11 plus... Oh no, it's him first, isn't it? 8 plus 6 is 14. I get 17. So 14 to 17. Puts him down to 8. Okay, 8 plus 4 is 12. I get 18. So 12 to 18. Okay, next. 8 plus 8 is 16. I get 19. So 16 to 19. Puts them down to 4. Okay, 8 plus 6 is 14. I get 18. So 14 to 18. Okay, next. 8 plus 7 is 15. I get 19. So 15 to 19. Right, that's the end of the first troll. Right now for the second one. Second troll, also 8-10. So 8-10. Pretty much a repeat of the first one. Okay, 8 plus 6 is 14. I get 14. So 14 all. 8 plus 6 is 14. I get 15. So 14 to 15. Eight plus 3 is 11. I get 20. So 11 to 20. Um, 8 plus 6 is 14. I get 15. So 14 to 15. Okay, 8 plus 9 is 17. I get 18. So 17 to 18. Okay, 8 plus 3 is 11. I get 17. So 11 to 17. Okay, that's the third. That's the second one done. Okay, now the third troll is 7, 8. Yep. Okay, 7 and 8. Okay, 7 plus 8 is 15. I get 18. So 15 to 18. Okay, 7 plus 5 is 12. I get 19. 12 to 19. Uh, 7 plus 5 is 12. I get 16. So 12 to 16. Okay, 7 plus 7 is 14. I get 22. So 14 to 22. That's the end of the third troll, so that's done. Okay, let's remove that. Okay, any buzzing? Okay, so if you survive, you are amazed that no one else is awakened as you go through the door heading east, turn to 370. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, the door closes behind you. Once again, you are in complete darkness. The sword does not shine, and you can hear someone moving around in the room. Just then, you hear a sword being drawn out of a scabbard and heavy steps walking towards you. You prepare to defend yourself. If you know how to sense fight, then fight as normal. Otherwise, reduce your skill by 2 for this combat only. Silent Warrior, skill 9, stamina 10. If you win, you find 2 doors. Do you go through the door on the left, turn to 40, or the door on the right, turn to 297? Okay, I'm going to use that ring that I got. That pretty much is instant death. Yeah, I'm going to use the Ring of Invisibility, which is effectively automatically win 1 combat without loss of stamina. So I'm going to do that now. So I will put Silent Warrior 910 and put all the information in there because, you know, that's what I'm like. Right, Silent Warrior. Silent Warrior. Skill 9, stamina 10. And then to 0, I'll just say Ring of Invisibility. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, that's the end of that, but I've used the ring now. But I've won the fight, so I'll just say used. There we go. Okay, so that's that done. Anyway, if you win, you find 2 doors. Do you go through the door on the left, 10 to 40, or the door on the right, 10 to 297? Okay, we're going to go through the door on the right and turn to 297. Ahead of you is an intricately carved stone staircase depicting various exotic creatures. Some of them appear to move. There is also another door that does not open. You step over a brightly coloured snake and make your way upstairs. Turn to 106. When you reach the top of the stairs, you find yourself in a dark chamber. The only light comes from a firing slit in the wall. Suddenly there are the sounds of scuttling and a chain rattling. Something snarls and rushes towards you from the direction of the stairs. You see 2 doors. Do you go through the exit south, turn to 132, or the exit west, turn to 180? Okay, we're going to go through the exit west and turn to 180. You are in another room. In the corner stands a figure wearing a black cloak. You grasp your sword firmly and approach the figure, fearing the worst, but the figure does not move. When you get close enough, you find that it is made of some powdery substance. It changes as you watch it and begins to resemble a Kadam. You guess that the power of the shield is waning and that the 7 fell servants of Orgaz are beginning to multiply. You know that you must hurry. You find a door heading south, turn to 314, and a door west, turn to 325. Which do you choose? Okay, we're going to go through the door heading south and turn to 314. Okay. Okay. You are in a room with one other door to the east. In the corner to the right is a heap of what looks like sludge. It is foul-smelling and steaming. As you walk around, the sludge shimmers and moves towards you. It reveals a trapdoor in the floor. Then 3 feelers spring out of the pile. They are covered in spiky thorns. Do you choose to go through the door east, turn to 132? If not, you'll have to pass the sludge to get to the trapdoor. Sludge skill 8, stamina 12. If you survive, you open the trapdoor to reveal a tunnel heading southwest, turn to 235. Okay, we are going to fight the sludge so we can go through the trapdoor. So sludge 8, 12. Sludge 8, 12. Okay. Okay, 8 plus 7 is 15. I get 20, so 15 to 20. Yep. Okay, 8 plus 5 is 13. I get 14, so 13 to 14. That means I win, so that's that. Okay, 8 plus 7 is 15. I get 20, so 15 to 20. Um, 8 plus 7 is 15. I get 17, so 15 to 17. Eight plus 5 is 13. I get 17, so 13 to 17. Eight plus 5 is 13. I get 14, so 13 to 14. That means the sludge is gone. Okay, that means we're going towards the yeah, that means we're going through the trapdoor, sorry, and we're turning to 235. You crawl along the tunnel and open another trapdoor. You are in a room with a staircase leading up. You go up the stairs and find another room with doors heading east, turn to 162, and south, turn to 344. Okay, we're going to go south and turn to 344. You walk in and the door closes behind you. You stand on a narrow stone path that heads south, then east. On either side of the path there is swirling blue smoke. It lies on the ground and seems to create strange and hideous shapes. Suddenly the smoke takes the shape of a warrior. It stands behind you and swings its sword. The blade crashes on the path, just missing you. You thrust your sword through its body, but to no effect. You run into the next room east and shut the door. The shadow passes through the door. You rush on, but the path divides. Which path do you take? The one leading to a door north, turn to 162, or through a door east, turn to 24. Okay, we're going to go through a door east and turn to 24. Another door slams behind you, but this time the shadow does not follow. The path is still surrounded by swirling smoke. Suddenly, the teeth of a metal trap snap shut. Throw a die for your position and a second die for where the trap shuts. If the two throws match, you are caught and severely wounded. Deduct 3 stamina points. Repeat twice, and if you survive, the path divides. It leads both to a door east, turn 218, and to an exit north, turn to 339. Which way do you go? Okay, so we need to do this 3 times. So if we get a double, effectively, then we have to lose 3 stamina. So our stamina is currently 20. So roll 1 die after the other. Okay, that's a 3. And we get another 3, so that's 3 stamina gone. Okay, so it's down to 17. Okay, next, get a 1 and a 3, so no. We get a 5 and we get a 1, so whoops. Yeah, so that's that. Anyway, which way are we going? We are going to go to an exit north and turn to 339. You are in a room with 2 exits. Do you wish to go north, turn to 196, or west, turn to 162? Okay, we're going to go north again and turn to 196. Now the room is pitch black. Slowly, you begin to discern the sparkle of glass. It gets brighter and brighter until the room is full of mirrors. One of the mirrors shivers, and there stands the Dark Lord Orgaz in his diamond and glass armor. Strange beams come out of his eyes. Strange beams come out of his eyes. There we go. Then you see 2 other figures of Orgaz. They all laugh at you and arrogantly dare you to strike out with the sword. Where do you strike? On the left-hand figure, turn to 35. The figure on the right, turn to 386. Or the figure in the centre, turn to 62. Okay, there's the picture. Okay, we're going to attack the figure on the right and turn to 386. You strike at Orgaz and he quickly backs away. You have chosen the correct image. Suddenly he holds a sword that looks just like yours. No other dare hold a sword in my presence. You have the blood of Tancred the Magnificent coursing in your veins, and you hold the twin sword of light, but I am still your master. Prepare to die. Turn to 309. You must fight Orgaz by the number of Kadam left alive on your adventure sheet. Orgaz, skill 10, stamina 12. If you win, mark off 1 Kadam on the adventure sheet. If you win and you have tempered your sword in the heart flame of Minosadur, turn to 385, but if not, you must fight Orgaz again until you have marked off all the Kadam lives on the adventure sheet. Once all the Kadam are accounted for, turn to 385. Okay. Just a moment. Okay, sorry, I was just a little bit confused with the instructions here. So you have to fight Orgaz the number of times which is the number of times for which there are Kadam left that you haven't defeated. So I haven't actually defeated any of them, so therefore there are 7. There are 7 Kadam still to defeat, but thankfully I have tempered the I've tempered my sword by the heart flame, and so therefore all I need to do is turn to 385. So if I hadn't done that, I'd have to fight Orgaz 7 times, and every time I fight him, then I mark off one of the Kadam from the list. So I don't need to do that really, because because I've tempered my sword in the heart flame of Mino Sadur, or whatever. Okay, so yes, this is quite difficult if you haven't done that. Okay, so let's fight Orgaz, skill 10, stamina 12. So skill 10, stamina 12. Now, if you still have the, that ring, then you could, use that, but I don't. Anyway, so my skill is 11 and my stamina is 17. So let's fight Orgaz. Okay, so 10 plus 4 is 14. I get 23. So 14 to 23. Puts him down to 10. Next, 10 plus 7 is 17. I get 19. So 17 to 19. Okay, 10 plus 8 is 18. I get 15. So 18 to 15. That means he hurts me. Down to 15 for that. Okay. 10 plus 2 is 12. I get 15. So 12 to 15. 6. There we go. 10 plus 4 is 14. I get 17. So 14 to 17. Ten plus 3 is 13. I get 20. So 13 to 20. Um, 10 plus 8 is 18. I get 15. So 18 to 15. Down to 13 stamina. Okay, 10 plus 5 is 15. I get 21. So 15 to 21. Puts them down to 0. There we go. And that's the end of Orgaz. Now we have tempered our sword in the heart flame thingamy-bob. So we're turning to 385. So we don't have to do the old Kadam. If there are any Kadam still alive on your adventure sheet, Orgaz regenerates slowly into the guise of another Kadam. You have a fleeting chance to strike unopposed at a part of his body. If all the Kadam are dead on your adventure sheet, Orgaz stands like a statue in front of you. The malice still inhabits his body. You must strike the lethal blow to rid it of the evil. Where do you strike? Just a moment. I'm going to check that again. Okay. So that just means we can go to 385 now. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so where do you strike? Left shoulder and upper arm, turn to 38. Right shoulder and upper arm, turn to 140. Left elbow and lower arm, turn to 46. Right elbow and lower arm, turn to 330. Left thigh and upper leg, turn to 266. Right thigh and upper leg, turn to 342. Left knee and lower leg, turn to 392. Or right knee and lower leg, turn to 368. Okay, so if we have a look at our information here. Yep, there we are. Orgaz has a weakness in his left knee. Okay, so we're going to strike at his left thigh and lower. Oh no, sorry, not left thigh. Sorry, we're going to strike his left knee and lower leg because that's where he has his weakness. So 392, which is thankfully just over here. Okay, you have struck a lethal blow. There is a bitter scream and all the mirrors in the room shatter as Orgaz begins to decay and age. Now the malice, which has kept him alive for so long, leaves his now frail frame. His flesh crumbles to dust and everything is swept away by a strong wind. The wind blows stronger until a screen is blown down to reveal 2 orcs and a goblin frozen in the act of spell breaking the true shield. You stride forward and grab the shield. As you touch it, you see the face of the wizard Astragal beckoning you. Your vision begins to darken. Turn to 238. Okay, 238. As though in a dream, you are dragged through all the places you visited in your quest. You hang on to the shield until you find yourself back in the keep at Gorak. You are standing in front of the crack you entered a long time ago, clutching the shield. Tabasha jumps out of your pocket and runs across to Astragal, who is loitering in the corner. In front of you are 5 knights who have been waiting for your return. Study the knights carefully. Can you spot the traitor? You have only 1 attempt. If you fail, the real traitor will exact revenge for his or her thwarted ambitions. From the left, do you choose the first, 10 to 160, the second, 10 to 341, the third, 10 to 48, the fourth, 10 to 367, or the fifth, 10 to 349? Okay, so if we have a look at our information again, crossed daggers of the traitor. So the one with the crossed daggers is the third one. So we're going to turn to 48 after choosing the third one. So turn to 48. You have identified the traitor. He runs away down the corridor but is cut down by a particularly vicious spell from Astragal. Turn to 400. You have succeeded in the quest. The Dark Lord Orgaz is no more, and the shield is once again protecting Gorak from the malice of the chasms. You are hailed as Tancred's heir, and all the knights of the Grey Horse swear allegiance to their new monarch. And that's the end. Brilliant. So, did not think I'd get through the rest of the book in this video, but I'm glad I did. Good, although I have run over a bit by a couple of minutes. Okay, so that's the end of Chasms of Malice. Little bit difficult because of the old, because of the the random deaths that can come from failing luck or that instant combat thing, which luckily I only had to do once. I just want to find that picture again of those orcs who were cooking in that cauldron thing, and choose the other thing and see what happens if we look at the if we go over to the other orc who knocked himself out. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Luckily there's a picture there. Picture on the left, wasn't it? Yeah, this was the one, yeah. Okay, so go over to the orc who slipped on the floor. We will, this time, and go to 19, see what happens. So I can't remember. You walk over to the orc. He is reaching for his knife and you prepare to fight. Suddenly a large chunk of rock drops out of the roof. Throw a die for your position and then throw a second die for where the rock lands. If the 2 numbers match, you are crushed to death. Brilliant. If not, then the rock kills the orc, add 1 luck point. You take the exit north, 10 to 337. So it's pretty much, it's either death or 1 luck point. It's pretty useless. Anyway, so that's that. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Only 4 parts. Next video series will be the next book, which will be, whatchamacarcus, Battle Blade Warrior. Okay, so we'll do Battle Blade Warrior next. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.